Hello, and welcome to this videocast on setting up and using RetailTower's FeedManager feature on Shopify. I'm Brian Gavron, and I'll be taking you through three processes. First, installing FeedManager on your Shopify store. Second, registering and setting up your account details with the price comparison engine and entering the details on your settings panel. And third, sending feeds with the FeedManager. This video is customized only for Shopify store owners. For retailers using other platforms like Magento, OS Commerce, or PrestaShop, contact us on demo@retailtower.com for a scheduled demo on how to set up the FeedManager with your online store. Find RetailTower's FeedManager on the Shopify App Store by entering apps.shopify.com/RetailTower. As you can see, you find the FeedManager app on the Shopify Apps Store. In here, you can read more about our product description and also find more support materials. Click on the Install App link to install the FeedManager. Enter your store URL and then install. The first point after installation is the welcome screen. For first-time users, you may proceed by clicking on the Click Here to Start link, which takes you to your dashboard. There are help and support materials to assist you in using the application. You may also find live support and email ticketing support system here. After reading the help materials, we now proceed to the settings page to set up our channel details. This is where you enter your account details given to you by the channel or price engine. You need to register with these engines first before proceeding to this page. Registration process is different for each engine, but the bottom line is that you verify your accounts with an authentication code provided to you by the engine. Paste this code in your store template, and your store will be verified by the comparison engine. Let's now look at setting up using HTTP or FTP. In setting up, there are usually two modes to choose from. First, HTTP, or second, FTP. In HTTP mode, you first create the feed and then give its location to the comparison engine. They will then pick it up based on your set frequency. The location of the feed will be generated after you save your work on the FeedManager. It is the default and easier method. However, in FTP mode, you provide three basic things to the settings page: FTP username, FTP password, and feed name. These details are provided to you by the comparison engine during registration. For those who've not used any of these engines before, let me take you through a brief registration and setting up process using Google Product Search as an example. In doing so, I will show how to register and verify your accounts, and later how to set up using either FTP or HTTP. Note, you may skip this initial setting up process and proceed to create your feeds with the FeedManager. You may always come back to the settings page and enter details after registering with the comparison engine. Now, registering with Google Product Search. Go to google.com/products. Click on Information for Merchants. Here, you can start a data feed and configure your accounts. Put in all the required details and save. You are directed to your Google Merchant account. Click on the General tab under Settings. The key here is to verify your store. This only tells Google that you are the true owner of the web store entered. To verify, click on Verify this URL. This takes you here to verify your store. There are two methods here. For Shopify users, click on the alternate method and select Add a meta tag to your website's page. Copy this whole code. Go to your Shopify store admin, and here select Theme, then Template Editor, select your template, and paste the code right here in the header section. Now click on Save. Go back to the verification page and click on Verify. After verification, let's tell Google how to pick up our feeds. This is either FTP or HTTP. Now, setting up with FTP. From the Google product search page, click on Information for Merchants. Select Start a Data Feed. Here, you are prompted to enter the file name. For the purpose of this demo, we'll use the default title. After saving the changes, select Settings in the left navigation panel and insert your FTP details. Now that we've started a data feed with Google Product Search, we can return to the RetailTower account. Enter these details here on the Channel Settings page. Let's do one for HTTP. With HTTP, log into your merchant account and click on Data Feed. Select your target country and name your feed file as export.txt. Save the changes and click on Create to schedule and upload. Here you can select the date and time for your scheduled upload. Copy and paste your feed location from your FeedManager here. You should, however, create a feed before you see the link here. Username and password are optional. Click on Schedule and Fetch Now. Google is fetching your feed. Proceed to tell us the frequency at which you want us to retrieve inventory from your store and select an import option. The first option will always replace your inventory on our system with a fresh copy, while the second option will only update new inventory. Import and merge with existing feed is a recommended option. Save your settings, then proceed to the FeedManager to create your first feed. Click on the FeedManager. You're prompted to open a save campaign or start a new campaign. As a first-time user, you will start a new campaign. Select your preferred channel or price engine and click Submit. You're now at your FeedManager panel. As you can see, your products from your Shopify store are pulled in here. Let me point out that if you make a change to the data in your FeedManager panel, the changes do not affect your store's data. Let me take you through the two basic steps of feed creation. First, categorization, and second, saving and sending. For your product feeds to be fully optimized, you have to place each product under the desired category. Product categorization differs from engine to engine. We provided a category wizard specific to each channel to aid you in categorizing your products. Make sure all products are categorized as you desire. As you can see here, I'm categorizing and further subcategorizing these products. With the Sony camera watch, I'm classifying it under the parent as cameras and optics, and then as a camera under subcategory 1. As a digital camera under subcategory 2, and so on and so forth. For similar products, you can do mass categorization by selecting all. And placing them under the same category. For help on proper categorization of products, submit a ticket through the Help tab. You can also perform mass editing when you select multiple products and edit them. After working on this particular feed, save it by clicking the Save Campaign button and providing the campaign name. This only helps you identify your saved work. We've provided a default name for your work. You may change it to suit you. After saving, you get a success message telling you to proceed to the dashboard to send feed. At this point, your feed is only saved onto the dashboard but not submitted yet. You still have the option to switch to another channel campaign by clicking on the Switch Channel button. If not, proceed to the dashboard to see the status of the feed saved. For now, the feed is in our system. You may finally submit it by clicking the Submit button or cancel it. Canceling a feed means you are deleting the work done on that feed. You may always go back to redo the same work over and over again, so it's okay to delete a feed and redo it if you wish. You can see all your feeds, their status, and the mode of transfer. Finally, click on the Submit button to send feed. A success message is shown after a successful submission. If you receive an unsuccessful message, it is most likely due to wrong FTP details entered at the channel settings page. That is, if you selected FTP as default mode. Correct your FTP details or send a ticket to us at the help page if you have problems with unsuccessful submissions. For HTTP, there's no submit button. Just copy this link to the generated feed to your merchant center. They will pick it up as scheduled. Typically, it takes 1 to 2 days for feeds to reflect on the price engines for the first time. Feeds do have expiry dates on the comparison engines. It typically expires in 2 weeks. Please inquire about it from the comparison engine. So, in subsequent visits, just create a feed on the FeedManager, save it, and submit it on the dashboard. No need to set up again. So in today's video, we've walked through installing RetailTower's FeedManager on your Shopify store, setting up an account with the price engine and entering it on the settings page, and finally using the FeedManager to create and submit feeds. Thank you. You can find more help videos and touch www.retailtower.com.